helicopter time. So here's what I'm looking at. I got this jump from an airplane. I'm assuming a helicopter will count for that I botched last time. We won't talk about that anymore. That's a mission I'm pretending never happened. And then I also have this land on the helipad. And once I land on the helipad, I start to get these rescue contracts that are closer to home. And I was thinking of building a helicopter that could land at sea and pick up stranded Kerbals and rescue Kerbals that way. I thought that might be fun. So I want a helicopter that I can put 2 people in. So here's going to be my plan. I'm going to take an inline cockpit. I already thought this out a little bit. I'm going to take a set of 1.25 meter reaction wheels. That's these ones. I'm going to get another inline cockpit. Oops. Oh dear. I just wanted to... Why are you being... Oh, I got my fingers in the wrong spot. That's why. Silly Billy. That's it. There's what I was looking for. And do it opposite to that. I'm going to put on a couple of these tanks. This is just going to be a proof of concept for now. And now what I want to do is, let's get rid of this contract window for now. Now what I want to do is get into building me some helicopters. Now, construction-wise, I finally have the cubic octagonal strut and the octagonal strut. These, I wish I got these easier. These are just awesome for being able to attach basically anything to anything because they'll stick wherever you want. They only weigh a kilogram, and you can easily hide them afterwards. So I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put one here. And now I'm going to get into taking a look at the rotors that I got under robotics. And I do have, when I built the prop plane, I got some comments in the YouTubes that said, don't you need electricity? It depends on which of these you need. These guys are, use liquid fuel and air breathing. And then these guys are the electric ones. And I think what I'm going to do... How big are these? Just trying to think which one to use. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to try doing this electrically. Okay. And then what we're going to do to power this is down under electricity. I have me a fuel cell. And this fuel cell has been modified by Kerbalism. Let's configure the fuel cell. That I can have it run hydrogen and oxygen for the fuel cell, or I can have it run on monopropellant. But on monopropellant, it only generates half a unit of electric charge per second. But on hydrogen and oxygen, it 2.403 electric charge per second. So let's take a look back at those rotors. It was this one, I believe I grabbed, this standard rotor. And they require, it's got to say here somewhere, 5.6. So there's 2 of them. 2 fuel cells could do 1 rotor. Am I doing that math right? I am. So what I think I shall do is let's put on 2 of these. One on that side and one on the, oh, I don't like that that came out upside down. Oh, it's because I'm not on radial. There we go. Better. And that way. So these 4 fuel cells, I believe, should be able to run these 2 electric motors. Now, number 2 I need is, well, I need hydrogen and oxygen. I do have hydrogen and oxygen pressurized tanks. What I'm going to do instead is I have a mod installed called Tank Configurator, I think it's called, and it gives me this edit tank buttons. So this is a tank that holds liquid fuel and oxidizer, which it refers to as liquid chemicals. I don't know why. But what I can do is I can go down this list and notice it is compatible. It's got specific Kerbalism stuff. Kerbalism fuel cell hydrogen, and if I click on that and hit max and add that in, it now puts in gases, hydrogen and oxygen, both into this same tank, and moreover, it actually puts it in the right proportions. You can see them over here. It puts it in the right proportions so that the fuel cell will consume both of these at the same rate, if that makes sense. I guess not at the same rate, but they'll both go dry at the same time. In much the same way as liquid fuel and oxidizer in the stock game, the engines will always drain the liquid fuel and the oxidizer so that they'll go dry at the same time. You won't end up with some of one and not of the other. So that is what I'm going to do here. And so we're going to take out, again, these liquid fuel here. We're going to put this on Kerbalism hydrogen. We're going to hit the max button. We're going to add that in. And now this tank has oxygen and hydrogen. And how long will it run this for? Let's see. Is this... I'm not sure it's factoring it in. No, it doesn't say I'm producing anything. I think I went in and did the math, and this will work for quite some time. Well, you'll just have to trust me for now. Now, that takes care of the electric part. Let's put in some blades. Some blades here. So this is a very carbon-friendly helicopter running on hydrogen and oxygen. Of course, carbon-friendly is completely dependent upon where you're getting that hydrogen from. It's not like you can mine hydrogen out of the ground. So I'm looking at the helicopter blades. And again, I mentioned I've been playing with this a little bit, and I think if I need the big ones, there's big ones. I'll show you, here are the bigger ones. This isn't that big. I'm going to start with the smaller ones. We're going to put this on just three-way symmetry. Like that. Now, one thing, actually, I messed this up when I did this with my prop plane, is this is the leading edge of the plane, and when the blades are not deployed, you want the leading edge to be into the airstream. So, which way does this rotate? This direction is clockwise. Whoa. So clockwise is that way? Yes, it is. So I want this leading edge to lead in. So I'm going to grab just the rotate tool. And we're going to turn them this way. And I didn't do that with my prop plane. If you take a careful look at my prop plane, you'll see that the blades are actually flat on to the motion when I don't deploy them. So you want to do that with your helicopter blades. Let's take this other rotor. I'm going to take this other rotor, and we're going to change the direction to counterclockwise, because that way when these two spin up, that's why I always like using two of the rotors, the respective torque from each one will cancel each other out, and you don't have to worry about corrector things and all that kind of stuff. They just naturally will do it. Okay, we're using helicopter blade type A, putting them right here, and these have got to rotate the other way. That sure is not the right way. That's not the right way. I think that is the right way. It sure is. Okay, next. I'm not a huge fan of this gap. I was thinking I could tweak that down, so I might just take this out just temporarily. I want to cover up that strut. This is just for look-sees. What do I have under here? I do have various... Arrange these by mass. Oh, I think this is my smallest one yet. That's going to be kind of big. I do have... How big are these? Those structural tubes are big. I could use maybe an Oscar can. If I use an Oscar B can, I just want to clean up this, maybe turn it white, take all this stuff out. Here, let's edit the tanks and do it this way. So it's just a structural part. Now put this back on. And grab this. This is all about, and then there. I don't think that's terrible. Let's do the same thing on this one. So just just an Oscar B fuel can. There we go. Make it white. Oops. Okay, let's get rid of the checklist. Come on, you're just in the way. Make it white. Do that. Rotor back on. Get rid of that. And it's not white. All right. So far, so good, I think. Let's put all these fuel cells on running. They are always default is, but I'm going to be wanting them on right away. There we go. To provide electricity. Okay. Again, this is sort of the prototype. We'll just kind of clean this up in just a little in once we get this working. I want to get into some landing gears. Let's try these ones. Oh, gotta go back. Does that work? That'll work for now. That's not right. And I'm still kind of a rookie with all of these robotic part things. Does it show a center of thrust? It sure as heck does not. You definitely want, this is why I'm building everything symmetric, because you definitely want the thrust from these two to be over the center of mass. So by making everything symmetric, it makes your life easier. I think that's looks all pretty good. They look like they're equally spaced from there. Okay, let's get into action groups. Action groups. So what I want to do, and this is what I found helped me out when I did a brief play with this, is if I take the main throttle and click on the blades and attach that to the deploy angle, and same thing for this one, attach that to the deploy angle, probably bring them down to 10%. And then I found it easier to control the deploy angle than I did to do anything else when it came to trying to decide, control it going up and down. And then actually I'm going to start with these guys in the deployed position. So deploy, and that makes sense, and deploy. That definitely doesn't make sense, because if this goes counterclockwise, that's this way, that will be a downforce, so I need to change that direction. There we go. That looks good, that looks good, that looks good. Let's get back into action groups. And I also put up and down. This is translate up and down. That's the I and the K keys. For that, I'm going to put on the actual torque limits on here. So I'm going to use I and K to control how quickly these spin. And I'm going to use shift and control to control the angle of attack of the blades. And I found that gave me a lot of control over how much lift I could generate. I've also found out I need to reverse the direction, because I found out that I made it go down and K made it go up, and that felt backwards to me. Anything else? Yeah, let's move these landing legs. I can just see, again, trying to make everything symmetric. Now I think I'm ready to sort of give this a test fly. Like, this might not be, whoops. I don't know if this thing will be ready to fly today. Okay. And this is, I'm going to call this, oh, I'm on the wrong, there we go. I'm going to call this Proto-copter. Save that. Yeah, I already made a Proto-copter, so it's saving my old Proto-copter, because I was playing with this, as I was saying earlier. Okay, let's see. Let's do a simulation. So, we just have a die inside. That's okay. I want to take a look at these prop blades. Are we moving? Why are we moving? Don't move. Oh gosh, the physics in this game sometimes. Oh, I want to take off. I forgot entirely. I'm going to do this right now. I found it worked better if I took off all this pitch, yaw, roll control off of this. So there. I'm going to have to spin this up because we're going to slide right off the runway in just a little bit. But now with the shift and the control keys, see how I can control the deploy angle? Right? So I'm going to start with the deploy angle on 0. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use the I key to spin this up. And they are looking like they're spinning in the right direction. We're going to put on our SAS. And here, let's actually pin the rotor menu over here. So you can see I can really get this torquing up. I don't know how high I need it. Let's not go too high. Okay, and now we're going to very slowly increase our... Oh my gosh, it already wants to go up. Oh, we're already up. See, whoa. Okay, it's a little too... my control's not very fine. Let's put on the cap lock. That's not terrible. I need finer control. Okay, let's end the simulation. I know what I need to do for finer control. So terminate the simulation. The Kerbals definitely do affect the center of balance and stuff. They do. Yep. So I only have one Kerbal, so this one's going to be a little bit front heavy. But considering I eventually want this to be used for rescues, so it'll start with one Kerbal and pick a Kerbal up, it might be kind of unavoidable. That's why I put the reaction wheels in the middle, so hopefully between all that, reaction wheels will be enough to kind of hold it. I'm just noticing I want to have no monopropellant in here. What did I want to do? I wanted to get into action groups. I wanted to go to the main throttle. I'm going to turn this right down. Maybe just 1% per second. Let's see. Because I was finding it way too... I didn't have enough control. The other thing I wanted to do was turn off pitch, yaw, and roll. Pitch, yaw, and roll. Okay, let's save it. Let's try this again. Jeb's all over helicopters. Right, and we are in simulation mode. That is good. Okay, SAS on. Still doing that kind of funky shimmy thing. I think I might need to play with the legs a little bit. Why don't we try putting that on there? Okay, so let's again, just going to pin this to the side so I can watch what the settings are at. Let's turn up the... Spin these up. I don't think they need to go too fast. It's not like Ingenuity, that Mars copter, where the blades have to like go ridiculously fast. Okay, let's add on a little bit. Oh, I got the deploy angle negative, so it was actually pushing it into the ground. Okay, 3 degrees. We're going up. I'd love to try and see if I can get a hover. Look at that. Look at that. I'm accelerating ever so slightly. Oh, wow. Well, that is not. So let's a little less torque. See if that helps. A little more on the angle. Maybe a little less torque. You get, I find, I'm a little bit going sideways. Let's pitch forward to sort of get us going in that direction. And I just have to watch this guy. Guess I can roll to sort of control that too. Hey. This is working. Again, the only thing I really wish about these props is that these things made some sort of noise. Whenever I pitch forward, I go down a little bit. So maybe a little more torque. A little more torque. But I do like being able to control the pitch of the blades and the a little more angle. The pitch of the blades and the engine torque. Both of them. I have no idea how real helicopters work. If they, I would assume they play around with the pitch of the blades, that they adjust them as they. Come on, I need to go up. Yeah, I shouldn't get. Let's just. Okay, let's arrest our forward velocity here a little bit. Oh, I'm just realizing something else that would be nice. Let's see if we can just put it down in a nice controlled way. Eventually I do need to put this down onto the helipad. That's okay. Okay, we are going this way and I don't like it. I want to stop going that way. I want to try and see if I can go straight down. Roll it. Yeah, that does it. If I put a probe body on the top of this thing, I'd be able to switch the orientation of this Navball. I think that might be useful. Okay, a little less, no, a little more. Going This is absolutely terrifying. We're down. Down without a boom. I don't know, for a first test flight, I don't think that was terrible. I think that was all right. Okay, I want to put a probe body on the top. Let's terminate this. And why do you need a rescue helicopter? I mean, can't you recover the Kerbals? I do want to. There are missions coming up from. Sorry, I'm just reading the name. Guukt says, why do you need a rescue heli? I mean, you could just rescue the Kerbals. There are missions that come from. I can say this. Giving aircraft purpose, that has you rescuing Kerbals out of the water, out in front of the Kerbal Space Center. So that's why I want a rescue helicopter. You can also build a seaplane for this, but I kind of like the idea of a rescue helicopter. I want to put a probe body on the... Oh, look, I got now the Octo 2. The little tiny Octo 2. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to put a... And besides, helicopters are fun. There we go. And I want to put a probe body. That's only 40 kilograms. That's got to be my lightest one. I want to make sure that's right side up. So I'm going to look for the word octo. That is upside down. Ooh, do I also want... Shoot. I will just do this way. I don't know if backwards even makes sense. You know, I might want to rotate it completely 180 degrees. Not that way. Silly. This way. There we go. And we'll just kind of bury this a little bit. Still leave it visible. A little higher. There we go. Now I'm going to use some action groups here. So I'm going to use action group 1 to control from there. And then I'm going to use action group 2 to switch back to the cockpit. And that should give me the ability... Where's the control from here? That should give me the ability to switch the orientation of the Navball. Okay, we're going to try this. This is going to be it. We're only going to do a simulation because we're just messing around. All right. So, again, I want to pin these to the side so I can look at them. I wish I could... I guess there's probably a way to adjust this so it starts at 0 rather than starting at the negative ones. SAS on. And now if I press 1, yep, see I get the Navball that way, and if I press 2, I get the Navball that way. And I like that. Yes, I like that a lot. Okay. Yeah, let's throttle these up. I don't think it took much to get up. Okay, and then a little bit of... There we go. I'm going to try and go for that helipad on top of... And this could go really, really badly. I have exceedingly limited experience with this. But we are in a simulation mode. So if it goes badly, it goes badly. It's not like it's a big deal. We're very slightly going up. I can see that. Honestly, this is working better than I would have guessed. But of course, that's because Jebediah is flying. That's why. A little bit more up. I do have a contract to land. There's one floating around to land on the helipad, so it would be particularly awesome to be able to pull that off. A little bit more upness. Okay, down. A little bit more upness. Okay, let's slow down. Okay. Reduce the torque on there a little bit. Okay, I want to get right over one of these. Oh my gosh, this is already way harder than I would have guessed it would have been. Okay, less torque. Come on, I need to get some downness happening. Okay, let's switch the orientation of the Navball. Nope, that's the wrong way. Okay, so I need to pull that vector this way. We're still going up, for goodness sakes. Now we're going down. Fortunately, we're not going down on top of the helipad, are we? Pitch up. Oh my gosh. Oh, the whole what's roll and what's yaw has changed. Oh, I am. Okay, we are not doing well. Up. Up. Let's put it back the other way. Okay, this is going to take a bit of practice. This is going to take more practice than I would have guessed. Piloting, not my thing. Okay. Pitch down. I'm sure this is in no way how a real helicopter works. Okay, down. We are going down. This is taking too much concentration. Am I going down? I'm not sure. No, I'm not going down. Down. Silly. Gotta watch that vertical speed indicator at the top. Okay, got this under control. I'm not sure switching the Navball was a good idea. I think keeping it... We are going... Oh my gosh, it's not going down by much. Less torque still. God, I should have maybe put the smaller rotors on there. I don't think I... If you look at the torque limiter, it's really, really low. Oh, I got carried away. Okay. All right. We're going to have to be practicing that. That's something... Oh my gosh. Not sure what happened there. Okay. Jeb's good. Right, right, Jeb? Jeb, yes, Jeb is, there we go. Jeb's fine. Any landing you can walk away from, Jebediah says, even in simulation mode. So there's something I'm going to practice, I think, between now and my next stream. Try and see if I can really nail down that helicopter landing. And I'll work on making that helicopter look a lot better than it does. Make it something that I can actually use practically for doing sea rescues. But I think that's all going to have to be for the future. For now, I thank everybody for watching. I thank everybody that is watching. Oh, we are getting random explosions. Thank everybody that's watching this at a later time. Thank you, everybody.